man, um, I'm writing this book called The Fixing the Unbroken Me.
Mm-hmm.
And me and my aunt was talking earlier about how children are, teenagers, children are so inundated with information now that even if they're in a balanced or decent household, the influence outside the house have them thinking that their household is broken.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, I wouldn't take that from my parents. Or your parents tell you what to do. Oh, oh, you gotta do your homework. Why? I don't have to do mine. It's comparison.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of the things that I write about that the cultural conditioning do to us. We compare our lives with a lot of other people's lives in our space or outside, right?
Mm-hmm.
Chasing that thing.
Right.
Um, so what do you think with all this information that the youth gets bombarded with, right? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's you can't check it. You can't control it. You can't.
Mm-hmm.
It's so many methods to communicate. You don't need a telephone because you can use Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
So if you don't have access to a phone, you can use Wi-Fi on your pad and call people.
Mm-hmm.
You can use an app to call people now. You don't need a cell phone service.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think, man, is a good thing that a parent, people who care for the youth, a method to just try to get them to, to listen to you a little, even though it might be boring to listen to an adult,
Yeah.
right? And definitely
Probably
listen to
is.
an old guy. What do you
Yeah.
think some methods out there that we could use? Now we can't. We of course spatter rod that's gone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's rarely used now.
Yeah. They
What
don't.
what
They
other
don't.
methods? You being old school,
They don't took that away.
what would you say is some decent methods we might can do to kind of reach them a little bit? Good question, huh?
Lee. Yeah. It is, man. I don't see one. I just see that they're messing up the world, man. I see people. I see them destroying themselves, man. Hey, you got to look at what you just said about ain't no more spatter rod, you know,
Yeah.
and kids ain't listening at their mamas. Especially the guys, they mostly coming up in a broken home, you know. Ain't no daddy.
Hmm.
You did what I'm saying? And the guy, he gonna get so old and he gonna have something against dad and he gonna have an attitude and he ain't gonna do what his mama asked him to do.
And even if it's a father in the house, see, kids have more people to listen to than just in the household. That's what we're talking about, the
It,
internet and access to information. Like
but,
if I'm not feeling what my dad said, I can go online and get somebody to comfort me
mm-hmm,
and convince me that the grass is greener, or hey,
mm-hmm,
no, you don't have to tolerate this.
mm-hmm.
It's man, it is.
Mm.
I don't see it getting any better, right? But what do you think? Now, I know I keep asking what you think because we can keep coming up with topics.
Mm-hmm.
If you had to do right now, let's say we'll do that. We do this often. Right now, if you had to do something to reach a teenager, friend, families, a loved one, a teenager,
Mm-hmm.
they come to you now and say help,
Yeah.
or you see they need help. What would
Mm-hmm.
you say to them?
Mm-hmm. First, man, you know what I'm saying? I was asking about their mama and daddy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, how you being treated, bro? I mean, why you this and why you asking me this and that, and you know what I'm saying? Why
Mm-hmm.
you think you might want to leave home or something at your age right now or something? Not like the person in the house with you, your parents or you know, whatever. But you gonna have to, boy, when he come to this world, you gonna have to grab him and you gonna have to teach him or her. If you don't, ain't no hope for him, Lee. You know, they gonna only get up a certain side and do things, destroy themselves. You know, some got to give, man. I, wars, rumors of wars,
Mm-hmm.
world wars, man, household wars, and that's what rumor. Hey,
Household wars. Wow, Dad, that's
yeah,
deep right there.
yeah. Everybody fighting in the house, ain't nobody paying nobody no attention. Your sister, your daughter's arguing, your son's arguing, you arguing with your cousin and things and stuff like that.
So now the only reason you argue is because you think you know better,
Yeah,
right?
and you
Am I
don't.
right?
Yeah.
You think that your way is the way. So that's what we're talking about. Like it's so many outside influences
Mm-hmm.
that
Oh
nobody's
yeah.
listening to anybody. That they don't want. You get to choose who you listen to. Over and over and over again,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, if they're not saying what I want to say, that I feel the least path of resistance for me to do, I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
talk to the next person and see if they giving it to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. If you got a smart kid, a good kid, man,
Mm-hmm.
you know, you can get that. He can get that crowd. You can get that crowd over to him. But still though, I tell you what we can do right now. I guarantee you,
Mm-hmm.
we can leave him walking, going through the neighborhood and stuff, and try to talk to some of these young guys. And the average one he ain't gonna listen to you. If he 14 or 15 years old, he ain't gonna listen to you. He gonna have to be 17 or 18.
A
Yeah,
little
I
older
mean,
and have
yeah, a little
experienced
older.
something. They
Yeah,
experienced something and say, hey, I
right,
need to get right.
right. Said, boy,
Mm-hmm.
I need to get right because that was close.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
So this old man probably said something decent.
Yeah, right. And he done said now, boy, if you don't tighten that up, he's gonna get you. You know.
Mm-hmm.
The main thing you can tell young people is listen to your mother and father. You know, you got to talk to them about that. You know, your mother and father is the key. They ain't gonna tell you nothing bad, but see, you gonna get a hair in you every now and then
Yes, sir.
anyway.
Yeah, just by what they call hormones.
Yeah,
Hormones will make you
yeah,
raise up, right?
yeah,
Until you have to fight them off, though.
right. But the police told me this.
Mm-hmm.
Your brother had a natter that's running, doing whatever he wanted to do when he was coming up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? His other brother come and get him, and they go to the gym and hang out up there. I done told him not to go. Don't go to the gym, man. You ain't got no business up there. After hours, they doing wrong things up there, and I don't want you up there.
And you knew that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So
But they didn't want to listen to you.
it didn't work. It didn't work. I had to sneak up there. How about I had to sneak up the street and
And get him.
yeah.
Bring him home.
Mm-hmm.
So this is another question, man. Because see, Dad, that goes into how society, on that hamster wheel, chasing success, be good success or bad success,
Mm-hmm.
will have us convinced that we against everybody,
Mm-hmm.
no matter what title they have.
Mm-hmm.
Friends, family, loved ones, right? Mom, dad, cousin, uncle, a store manager, anything. So go ahead.
Excuse me. But I would just finna say that if you're gonna get in on one of them K's, on one of your kids' K's or whatever you're doing bad coming
Mm-hmm.
up on, you have to get on it. You can't play with them, man. You know.
You got to be serious.
You got to be serious from the very beginning with him
Mm-hmm.
or her. And I'm not doing it being mean to you. I'm doing it because I love you and I want you to do the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
I want you, when you grow up and I'm not with you no more, I want you to still be here doing the right thing, treating people right, talking to people right. You know, not going knocking on somebody's door, shooting him, or breaking in that man's car when he in there sleeping. He done worked all day trying to make a living and you taking what he got. You don't do that kind of stuff. And it'll be a better world, man. But they just got on the TV the other day about a group of guys still running around breaking in cars. I didn't think they do that no more.
Well, now you know how they break in them?
Yeah.
That people leave key fobs in the car. You know, like your keys.
Yeah.
If you leave your key in there, you just push the button and go.
Right, right.
So they looking for cars like that that'll open automatically and the key fob is in it. Boom. Gone.